Hello again, guys, and welcome back to yet another sketchbook tour. I love doing these, honestly, but this sketchbook is so fat. Like, there's so many pages on it. It's like 284 pages, I think, and it's a lot. So that this video won't be like 3 hours long, I'm gonna make it in 2 parts. So this is part 1. So part 2 should be uploaded like immediately after. I just need to split these because I don't even think my iPhone can handle 3 hours of like material. Anyway, let's begin. So this sketchbook was from 2019, yes, to 2020. I drew a little thing here, but you can't even see it, so irrelevant. I think I started these when I started some job at some fashionista place. So I drew a lot of these, or colored these. No, I drew these. I drew some of these during my breakout, my old job, which was really cool because the lighting was amazing. It was so amazing at that place, but you know, these are just some opening pages. I'm gonna try and not talk too much either because there's so many pages and I can't stand talking for long periods of time. So I hope you don't mind some silence here and there. This sketchbook is so topsy-turvy. I'm gonna keep going vertical, horizontal, and it's gonna drive you nuts, but that's how I roll. So these sketches were from it was like right after, I think 2 days after I got my wisdom teeth taken out, and I was in so much pain. It was so fucking terrible. I hated it, and it literally felt just like this image right here. Just zoom in for a second. Yeah. Oh, shaky cam. Yeah, it felt like this. It felt like something was just gnawing at all 4 sides of my mouth, and it felt like shit. And I really wanted to document that, and I'm glad I did, because looking at it makes me feel that pain again. What I really like about this sketchbook is that it was just, the quality wasn't super expensive, but it wasn't super cheap either. So you had, I don't know, there wasn't the pressure of making masterpieces. I hope this isn't casting a shadow, but there wasn't that pressure of making masterpieces. It was kind of like, yeah, the paper's good, you know, it's good, but it's not so good that I have to be careful about mistakes and all that stuff. It's a relatively cheap-ish book. It's not super cheap, but it's not super expensive either. So, but I loved how the watercolors looked almost just as much as I liked it from the quality of the Arteza ones, because I just think it held water pretty well. Yeah, it wasn't as heavy or strong, but I think it did a pretty good job. I truly hope these pages, the shadow isn't so bad, because I'm gonna cry. I mean, I guess if you want no shadows, you could always buy it, but you know, just don't want the sketchbook video to look nice though. Ooh. So this was from me trying to recreate the Like a Prayer video by Madonna, because I think that video was very sexy. And yeah, this is Santana and Mercedes, but I hate the way Mercedes came out. I feel like, you know, she's seen better days, so, but Santana came out great, so. I hate the colors in this so much. I'm just very disappointed. I'm not a big fan of like pinks and greens together. The Christmas colors, not so much. Oh. So this is a bit of a nod to, I guess, little Hispanic run or Dominican, Mexican run like grocery stores. And also a nod to my mom, because I mean I'm pretty sure places like Whole Foods have this display, but it's a whole different feeling when you go to like genuine produce sections, you know what I mean? So I know when I shop with my mom, because she just spends hours at the produce section, and it drives me fucking crazy. Because I'll be shopping, I'll be gathering everything like bread, eggs, and all the important stuff, and she'll still be at the produce section, getting God knows what. So this kind of is like a nod to that, and also just like the atmosphere of going to a grocery store run by either like Dominicans or Mexicans. It's just really nice, you know. One time I went to a grocery store and there was just a bird flying around it, so that was cool. So yeah, that's kind of my little ode to that. And this was, let's check the lighting on that. Yeah. This was in reference to just how I was feeling after the whole wisdom teeth removal and stuff, because for some reason I just got pushed into this like roller coaster of like anxieties, and it was just awful. I had a fear of like, well, I have a fear of like throwing up, so I started reading stuff, and it said like, oh, if you swallow too much of your blood after surgery, you throw up. And every night I was literally thinking I was gonna throw up for some reason, so I ended up getting a lot of panic attacks at night. It was like I had this for like almost a month, I think. It was really bad, and on top of that I got fired from my job, so I was like, great, I can't even help my mom out with paying the dental bills, so that really fucking sucked. But I do like how this is like the most accurate portrayal of how I was feeling. So that's fun, right? Oh. Some Riverdale art, because I fucking love Riverdale. These are fun too. This was these were studies of some lady that I saw Chris Hong do studies of, and I just really liked how she captured like her face. So I'm like, I want to try it, but when I did it didn't turn out the same. So I did it 3 more times and it still didn't turn out the same. So I decided to just color it, and I think it looked really cool after I colored it. So I also did some lettering practices, and I really like how that turned out as well. I think it's pretty cool. Alright, some more pretty trash drawings, not gonna lie, not my fave. Like this just turned out pretty trash, but I think I improved more as the pages go on. Some Brandon Boyd concert studies. I'm obsessed with like concert studies. I think that's like the best way to improve, is studying stuff you really, really like, instead of like studying shit that you don't care about. I think you learn more. Oh, God. This is also a drawing that I attempt so many times, and I still can't get it. I don't know why. And this I'm really proud of, because I feel like I really got the if I could zoom in. I feel like I really got this part very well without needing to use line work. I wanted to do something without using line work, because here I feel like I fucked this up completely, because the line work really takes away from the shading and everything, and I just really hated myself for doing that. So I decided to try and revisit this one, because I did the line work here too, try and revisit that and do it here, and I think it came out really good. So I'm really proud of myself, and I should do that more. But the colors are just awesome here. I'm usually bad at cool colors, but I really like how they came out here. I also like Brandon's shoulders here. They're very sharp looking, very delicate. I also like to, oh god. Okay. I also like to put movie posters, movie tickets, just for memory sake. I think this was John Wick 3, which was really cool. Let me just adjust that. Oh, my leg. Don't want you to see my leg. Okay. Some curtain blames that I don't draw much anymore. Kind of miss it, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know. You move on sometimes from things you like to draw. Sometimes you just want to try different stuff. This was from a restaurant that me and my mom used to frequent last summer. It has these cool like orange and yellow color schemes, and it's just really cool. I love small Dominican restaurants because they always got a shitload of plants or some kind of obscure shit in there. It's nice. But yeah, I took a picture of it because my mom was wearing this red puffer coat, and it just matched the whole color scheme, and I thought it'd be really cool to try and color that later. Here's some more lettering studies. My comic OCs, which I am finally getting into the groove of updating weekly, so that's fun. Ooh, that's terrible. This was a failure of a study, but you know, it is what it is. This sketchbook has a lot of uglies in it, but I think that's good. It's good to have a sketchbook where you're comfortable with, you know, doing not pretty work on it, I guess. Because if you're always like worried about doing, I guess, a perfect job in your sketchbook, it's like it might as well not be a sketchbook. It might as well just be a fancy picture book. And I don't know. For me, traditional is more like sketchbook traditional work. That's more of like for studies and to like really just have fun, I think. Oh, okay. Oh, John Wick. I kind of had like a mini Keanu John Wick kind of obsession, so I drew him a lot. Not too much, but you know, more than I usually would. So this is him in the New York City subways, and I think the rule in the New York City subways is that you can't have a dog without putting them in a carrier, and so we put them in like a backpack. I feel like that's a very John Wick thing to do. This was a very failed attempt at doing like at the moment paintings like Marco Busi does, but yeah. And this is a study. Hold on. Oh. That's better, I think. So, it's perfect now. Fuck. Okay. So this was a study of some scenes from a movie called My Own Private Idaho, and I just think that movie is just a visual feast. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's one of the most beautiful movies I've seen. It's just really well directed, not only like color wise, but like just like composition wise. And I honestly would love to do more studies of it because it's just great. Emotionally, it's terrible, but visually it's a feast. I absolutely love it. And this was, what was this? This was when I went to Asbury Park, and I attempted to do some more people watching, but I wanted to color as well. I wanted to do some coloring, and this is not too bad, but most of these I had to fill it in by memory because obviously people weren't gonna sit for like 10 minutes. But it was really fun to try and like capture the moment like that. And that's what I miss about going out. Even though I didn't go out much, when I did, I used to love doing people watching. Like this little cute kid with their little empire dress. It was so adorable, and I'm glad I captured that. And then here you have, just, probably people just frequenting the beach, and I mostly love this area. Sometimes when you do studies, you don't like the whole study, but there's one part of it where you're like, oh wow, that's really cool. So to me, it's this part. This is the part I like a lot, because it gives you the sense that there's a lot of people without having to add so much detail, and that was really cool. What is this? Oh, Brandon studies. Ink looks great on here too. I really love how the ink looks. More fucking crises. Another crisis by me. So this was me still panicking, having another panic attack or anxiety attack. I don't know which one it is, but it feels like shit. So again, I was feeling nauseous and weird, and I was just so scared of throwing up that, of course, I drew some more anxious images. And I think this is one of the best representations here at that time. The last one was that, drawing of him holding his stomach, and this one is another drawing of him holding his stomach. And I don't know, I do like drawing him holding his stomach because it just looks so, I don't know, that's really hard to explain. I just like it because it's like, wow, that's how I felt. So I did a list of things too that would help me, like you'll feel better after throwing up, and it's gonna leave as quickly as it comes, and stuff like, no matter what you do, it's gonna happen. And a little practice in surrendering, and also sometimes it's just funny to tell that story again to your sisters. Those were just things I wrote down to help me deal with like my fear. Has it worked? No, but it's, you just try what you can. This was more people watching. This was after jury duty, because I was getting the anxieties again and the stomach aches. My stomach actually started to hurt really weirdly. It didn't hurt like ooh, I'm sick, I'm gonna throw up. It just hurt like, I don't know, it was weird. It just hurt. So I'm like, great. I'm getting nauseous each night. I'm having panic attacks, and now my stomach is just fucking hurts. So I decided to go to the doctor. This was the outfit I wore. And she sent me to the pharmacy, and this is what I drew out. That was outside of the window of the pharmacy, and some people who were getting their medicines. And that was just nice. It was nice to like not think about my stomach for a little bit. And this was when I was at jury duty, and it was so fucking boring. It's the worst shit ever. And I was having my stomach issues, clearly, and I was being dramatic. I lost control, but it's just how I felt. I felt like shit. It wasn't a good time, And this was all I think in one day. These 4 pages. I drew a lot because when you're bored like that, like what else do you do? I didn't want to waste my phone battery, so I just drew like crazy. Plus the Wi-Fi didn't even work. It was lame. I do like these pages a lot though, especially these 2 Keanus. I got a little Santana here. I like this too, and her fucked shirt. Yeah, some more people watching here. So like in my last video, I talked about like how you would simplify things and bring out things that you think are important. So to me, when I was people watching, what was important to me for this guy was his ankles and his feet. I thought that was so important, so I really made sure to include his whole body so you could see this part. And I guess for this, it was probably her posture, 'Cause I love how she's like really getting in her purse. I thought that was really cool. And yeah, so it's really fun to just like think about like what do you want to depict the most when you're drawing people. It's also really fun when they like turn to you and you turn away like I wasn't drawing you, but you really were. But yeah, this is a movie ticket for the movie Rainbow Sunset, which was a Filipino movie that my friend took me to see because she's Filipino and she thought it was really cool to show me, and it was about two old men falling in love. So that was really nice. Speaking of two old men falling in love, I captured these two dudes who were sitting in front of me who were like one chair apart, but they were still talking to each other very intimately. So not that they were in love, I just thought it was funny because it's like you guys could sit next to each other. But so I put two dads one seat apart because they're not gay. I thought that was really funny. Here's Tina. I drew this like literally on the floor of the courtroom outside of the courthouse. There's like this little area and I just sat on the floor and drew because the seats were so hot. It was very hot. Vampire Kurt, so it's not too much shadow. And I love this one so much. I think it's just came out so well. And this too. I want to do more expressive stuff like that. But you know what sucks though about this page is these things. Ugh. The little manchas that it gets when you like use graphite on 2 pages. It's one of the reasons why I don't use graphite, because I can't stand that. It's caca. It sucks. This was outside of the courthouse again. And this was fun because I drew this while just standing around, and it was fun, but it was awkward because people were like, "What is she doing?" It was pretty awkward. But this was me trying to use, I think, the other watercolors. No, I think this was just a bad page. Oh well. Yeah, you know, don't be afraid of your bad pages, because as cheesy as it sounds, that's how you get your good pages. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's true. Like, this was one of my first attempts at doing portraits by painting only, and that really wasn't good, but you know. Some 90210 gay art. I really love Dylan and Brandon as a couple, and I'm really disappointed in their demise. Fucking fighting over a girl. Of all people, Kelly, that's stupid, but whatever. I digress. Lots of figures in here too. That was the great thing about this having so many pages, was that it left me so much room to do like just so many studies, and it was great. Like, I didn't worry about wasting pages on studies. Like, it's just like, I have so many, so I might as well. Of course, I'm Vampire Kurt. Vampire Kurt wearing a robe that my sister has that I envy a lot. And John Wick. I was thinking of revisiting this digitally, but I don't know. Because I love this. This is genius. This is my most genius thing I ever did. Even though the N and W should be the same length outside, but whatever. So yeah, I was really into John Wick because before watching the 3rd movie, I had to watch the first 2, and I'm like, oh man, this is the bee's knees. And now I've kind of fallen back into the Keanu hole again. It's crazy. It's crazy how that works. I was also doing some clothing studies because I like clothes, but I feel like I could do a little better at them. Like, I felt like earlier I didn't really, I feel like the clothes didn't really look like they were being worn. I feel like now they do a little bit more, but not as much as I want them to look like they're actually like on a body, if that makes sense. Some Santana face studies. Me going ham on this because this is my favorite one though. I feel like when I don't get something right, I just get so frustrated and I do it over and over again, and it's like, doing it is hard, but seeing it is pretty cool. Ah, my cars. I love cars from like the 80s and 70s and 60s because they're just cool. They have these cool shapes, and I also really like cheesy, sleazy, like car salesman stuff. So I kind of did like try to make it look like a little commercial, like $3,000, $5,000 kind of stuff. And I don't know, I just really I love this page. It's really cool. There's some Brandon studies too. Oh, there goes my light. So here we have more studies. Sorry about the lighting. The fucking sun just disappeared, so that's great. But whatever, I'm still fucking doing this. I don't care. Even though you can't see it as nicely now, though. What if I'm in my underwear, so I can't. Whatever. So more cars because I love Volkswagens. I can't get enough of Volkswagens. And Mercedes, and this is my little interpretation of Incubus's 4th album, A Crow Left of the Murder, because I love that album. It's like my favorite album of all time. Here we got some vampire pages, and this was, I think it was around August. Hold on. I'm so scared that it's not, like, you can't see it at all. Oh, okay, it's fine. This is a little low light, but whatever. Shit, where was I? Okay. Anyway, yeah, this was around August, and I could tell because I start drawing scary stuff around August, because to me, August might as well be October. Because right now I'm starting to get in the mood for spooky stuff, so. Yeah, see, this is a piece or a drawing of a lady. It's like, hold on. Let me just lower this. I'm afraid the fucking thing's gonna, I don't want to waste the battery. Alright. So, this was a doodle of a YouTube channel that I found on top 10 creepiest YouTube channels, where this lady, she's trying to teach you Chinese by, I don't know, she's like goth and cute, but she has this friend who she tags along, and her friend looks like she's not even like there physically or mentally. It's kind of weird. It's like she's kind of torturing her, but she's pretending she's her friend. It's so weird, but it's so cool at the same time. I obviously didn't draw this or paint this. I think this was just a part of the book. So, yeah. Hand studies. Lots of hand studies. There are some people. I like this little lady here. She's pretty cool. This I hate, but it is what it is. Sun is back. Okay. Some Bruce Springsteen, because I do love me some Bruce Springsteen. He's like the greatest thing, one of the greatest things that's come out of Jersey. So I'm really happy. I'm glad he represents us. Also Santana the bathroom, because I really like drawing bathroom scenes. I don't know why. I guess the lighting in bathrooms are so like immaculate. So this is really nice to see it. Oh. Here's some John Wick studies I did. I don't work with a lot of cool colors because I feel like I'm bad at cool colors, but I do like how I did this and these two. I think I did a pretty excellent job. I need to visit more cool colors though, because I'm obsessed with warm tones. Suspiria study and a MILF for obvious reasons, because who doesn't want to see like a woman in a robe that's like open just enough, but she's also trying to like run away from a haunted house? Like, that's all the elements I like in movies. The hot MILF and horror. I also tried revisiting markers, but I'm like, yeah, I don't like markers anymore. I don't know, markers for me have too much control, and if there's anything you know about me as an artist, I don't like having too much control. Not even in painting, especially in painting. I think your shit looks better when you don't have that much control. Then you get happy accidents. These were, what was this? Drawing of Dylan or Luke, Jason, and Shannon. And I really just love this image. I think it's cute. Really captures their friendship. And I like this a lot as well. Because I decided to not line it. I decided to just let the watercolor kind of cover the pencil work, and I think it's just nice. It has an unfinished look, but in a good way. Some Invader Zim doodles. And this was a drawing I did, but referencing a picture of me where I photoshopped my head to look like it was floating. Why? I don't know. I just like that. I like those crude edits where those crude horror edits, you know, where like they everything looks very, oh god, my leg's there the whole time. Everything looks very homemade, you know. I feel like when like horror photography, when it looks homemade, it just works the best. So I might try and do that more. Okay. I feel like I drew that Luke before. Whatever. This turned out pretty bad, but you know, it is what it is. I tried drawing because I used some some pens, gel pens that weren't waterproof, and I just wanted to see how it would look. Mercedes came out okay, but Kurt was just a disaster. So, oh shit, I'm going backwards. I do love this little lady. This is pretty cool. Me and the possum I drew in reference to a story that I told my niece for bedtime. It was about a young possum girl who's nervous about her first day of school. Will I revisit her? Probably not. But, you know, it's fun to pull some ideas from real life, you know. This is probably one of my favorite life study pages, because the first time I tried this image, it was like, ooh, but the second time, it's pretty cool. I like how it bunches up here, and I like this lady, the shape she's making, and yeah, this is a nice page. I don't want to, you know, waste time just talking about that, but unfortunately this page ripped. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, another page I like because I just like how much space Mercedes is taking, and I love drawing her in Japanese school uniforms because that's fun. So these were doodles of Candyman, and Candyman is just one of the hottest like villains I've ever seen in a movie, and I just really wanted to draw him because it's one of my absolute favorite horror films. I love Candyman. It's genuinely bone chilling, and I'm really excited for the sequel because the main guy is also hot, so I have no issues with that remake. As long as you keep him hot, it's fine by me. But like I don't like the way his face came out, but I like the colors here a lot. Will I revisit this? I want to. I really want to, because I like the concept of it. The honeybees around him. It's just so, the Candyman is just a masterpiece. It's just, especially when he calls her name. I forgot her name though, Laura or whatever her name is. God, I wish that were me. But well, maybe not, because she does a lot of fucked up shit, but I don't want to spoil it because it's that good of a movie. I suggest watching it. I don't know if it's on Netflix, but watch Candyman. Anyway, I got carried away. Here's more of him. and cool little face here, and some Kadinskis. Kadinsky used to wear very traditional looking clown garb, but I eventually decided to make him wear more casual clown garb because I just felt like it wasn't natural for him to wear such a serious, not a serious, clowns aren't serious, but I feel like it wasn't natural for him to wear like those really traditional like frilly collars and stuff, because he was just so modern to me. So as the pages go on, I start to give him more of a modernized look, and I really like the process of that. So you'll see that as the pages go by, but maybe in part 2. So here's me again. You'll probably know that once again I am panicking about something insane. So this was when we had cats outside and we used to play with the cats, and I had this fear that I was going to get rabies just by touching them. So here's me, like, I looked up like the symptoms of rabies, and it was like itchy finger, headache, fever, and being really hot. And I just convinced myself that I had rabies. God, looking back at it, it's just it's silly, but I was like genuinely petrified, terrified. And my sister was nice enough to help me out with that. She kind of always helps me out with my insane thoughts, so it was really nice to have her help. So I'm still afraid of rabies, but I don't have that same fear anymore, so I'm glad I sort of took care of that. But some bodacious babes, because I love drawing bigger bodies. It's just it's so fun capturing the weight, and their bodies are gorgeous. So I always enjoy drawing. I actually try and look more for bigger bodies and figure drawing stuff, but it's kind of hard to find them. Luckily, Crocus Cafe provides. And here is a drawing of my mom. I think she was flirting with the guy in the window, which is disgusting, but I just like the colors because it looks like DR. Because in Dominican Republic, there's a lot of places that have like seafoam walls or blue walls, and yeah, I really liked it, so I decided to capture that. Of course, by taking a picture first, then coloring it, just like I did here. These were the cats outside, like Neo. Neo. Still working on Neo, hopefully trying to get him home. We'll see about that. Here is some more drawings of me in an outfit that I really liked. I kind of manifested this outfit though. Like, I literally found a leather jacket that was looked exactly like this. I was so happy. Sometimes I guess manifestation is real. I guess not real enough though, because I really tried to manifest Bernie when he didn't win. I just don't want to think about it. But these times were so fun. Like, I would listen to Bernie's rallies and draw him. Like, this whole page, I think I was listening to a Bernie rally, and it was just so motivating. I was so positive. You know, life comes at you fast, I guess. Jesus, we're already 39 minutes in. We're not even halfway through this fucking... Alright, well, this page is, whatever. This is a ticket from Incubus. I went to see Incubus again. And this was when I was at the concert, trying to draw people. It was kind of fun. There was a lot of couples kissing, though. It was kind of disgusting. But, like, these girls were, like, bringing their boyfriends to the Incubus concert. And it's like, ugh. Keep your boyfriend at home. We're trying to watch Brandon. Well, whatever. Some more body. I like these drawings as well. These were fun. This is one of my favorite models, actually, from Crocus Cafe. She has this long hair, and I love it. Some Brenda Wash studies, because I like me some Brenda Wash. And her and Dylan. All. Damn, I should do some 90210 studies more. These are actually really cool looking. I especially like this one. Oh, Jesus, my fucking window shed thing. This was more 90210 studies of Dylan in his mafia costume that he wore for Halloween, which I think is so cute. And I also tried studying some expressions. So I tried doing that cat meme, and I tried to see, well, because this is where I think I started to realize sometimes the way you draw an expression matters. So it's like it could be an actual mad face and the expression could be more clear, I guess, but I think this is funnier though. It's not as good, but it's funnier to look at, so it's cool. Like, this is I actually like this one a lot more than this one. Like, this one's accurate, but this one's like really just like fun to look at. So yeah, I started to learn about expressions a little more. Like, sometimes the most accurate, like to like anatomy or whatever, is not the best choice. Art is really fun that way. Some more spooky drawings. These I did while watching a pretty bad horror movie on YouTube, but it was really fun to draw while watching it. I like drawing while watching stuff a lot. It's just nice. I think I mentioned it in my other sketchbook video that I really like to draw and watch stuff. It's just really enjoyable. I did a redraw of this because I drew this in another sketchbook, but I gave it to my sister, so yeah, won't be seeing a tour of that one. Ooh, excuse me. The Joker. So yes, I drew the Joker because I like that movie. I know a lot of people like to diss it and shit, but I liked it. I thought he was cute. I thought it was great. 10 out of 10. I actually watched the bootleg version of it, but I hope to watch a more clear version of it soon. I've been putting it off, but yeah, I love this movie. He just happens to have the same clown makeup as Kandinsky. I might have unconsciously referenced the Joker while redoing Kandinsky's clown makeup, or I don't know. But I really like these. I don't draw older men usually, so it was fun to visit that and kind of get the wrinkles and the aged lines, and it was just really nice. And this is when I really found out I liked clowns. And I'm like, damn, I think I like clowns, like clowns. But apparently so does the rest of the internet, so I guess I'm not alone. Here's a Brandon Boyd study of one picture that I just love so much, where he has this cute little outfit and he's posing and his belly's poking out. And this was the first attempt, and I was like, this arm's short anyway, this is okay. I'm like, I don't like it. So I did it again, and I'm like, oh, this is so much better. The colors are better, the pose is better. Yeah, it's just really fun to like do something again, and then your brain is like, I get it now. So some more Arthur Fletcher, is that his name? Arthur Fletcher studies? I don't even know. I just thought he was cute. Oh, this is another page I love. I love it as a whole because it all kind of comes together. So you have the these were studies of 90210. Well, this was a study of 90210. The still that I really like. They're at a movie theater getting popcorn, and it's just really cool. I love it. I miss that movie theater culture that we used to have, and I hope after the pandemic, I feel like it's gonna happen again. So yeah, these are the things I think about. Some more clown stuff, you know, because who doesn't love clowns? And I think, are we at the halfway mark? Sort of. I'll do like 3 more pages, and then I'll have to end it and start the next one, because this is nuts. Yeah, Another study of IRL. This is, before I get to that, I love this. I love this clown outfit. I think it rocks. I need to do this more. This is Santana's clown. Santana as a clown. So like here, she's kind of like that clown that's really bad at her job. She's like, boy howdy, fuck you, and they're like, you can't say that, that's against clown code, and she doesn't care. Anyway, this is a reference of a picture of me, and I just thought it looked so creepy that I just added fake blood to make it look like I committed a crime. And another fun page. It's just really fun to just let loose in this book. I feel like I let loose way more in this book than I ever have in any sketchbook, because it's I don't know what it is. I think it's the amount of pages that it just had. It just gave me the freedom to just be like, I'm just gonna draw anything. So this was what is this? That 70s show. Yeah, I think that show's a little overrated though, because it's okay, but people seem to really like it. I know, weird, because I love stuff from the 70s, but that show was okay. But for someone who thinks it's overrated, I sure drew a lot of Jackies. And these are all Jackie studies, because, I don't know, she was a character I never drew before, so I wanted to have my go at it. I really like this one. It's a really fun page. But yeah, the only thing I find really weird, I think what keeps me from watching it too sometimes, is knowing that her actress, forgot her name, her actress was like 14 when she started, so that was weird, especially for some of the scenes they had her do. But alright, so we're hitting that 50 mark, so we're gonna stop it right here, right at Mercedes, taking a nice cold or hot bath and just relaxing, because I don't want this to be too long of a video, so I'm gonna stop it here and just, you know, wait for the next video, which should come in like a minute, because I'm doing this all in one go. I just don't want it to be too long. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed what we have so far and look forward to the next pages, because I do feel like the second half of this book is pretty fucking righteous. So I hope you look forward to it. And yeah, we hit the halfway mark. Alright, so yeah, see you in the next video, and yeah, see you in the next video. Alright, see ya.